Welcome back to Show and Tell, everyone. I'm Elsa Pell, and today we are reading a book that I thought was about a made-up animal. Actually, just didn't know that this animal existed until I read this book. Legitimately. I'll show you the cover. I Am Not a Penguin. A Pangolin's Lament by Liz Wong. A pangolin? I thought to myself, is that a real animal? A pangolin's lament means when somebody is sad about something or upset and they're sharing their upset feelings. It's lamenting something. So when I read this book, I realized there is a lot of confusion about pangolins, and this is a real creature. This is a Borzoi book by Alfred A. Knopf Publishing. Let's read together. At the beginning of our story, here we see a creature, a pangolin, hanging up all different posters. Fun facts ahead. Meet the pangolin today. Wow, learn. And there's a little kid looking at the posters thinking, I am not a penguin. So the first board on the easel here says, meet the pangolin. Pangolins are mammals that are covered with scales. Pangolins live in Asia and Africa.
Hi there. You may not have met someone like me before. I'm a pangolin, and I'm here to tell you all about pangolins.
You see a couple of creatures are looking. A pig's going, hmm? And a giraffe is going, hmm? Did somebody say penguins?
Oh, I'm afraid not. I actually said pangolins.
Oh, I love penguins. I think they're misunderstanding the pangolin. I think they're thinking it said penguin, but it did not.
I'm a pangolin, not a penguin. I have a long tongue that I use to eat ants and termites.
It says on the board here, pangolins have long, sticky tongues that are longer than their bodies.
Like a frog?
Or an anteater? So, is he a frog or an anteater? I'm confused.
I'm a pangolin, not a frog or an anteater. I'm covered with scales. Like a snake? Silliest looking snake I ever saw. That's because I'm a pangolin, not a snake. Look, check out my sharp claws.
Sharp claws? Like a bear? The animals see the bear, they're like, eh.
Here's something else I bet you didn't know about pangolins. When I feel threatened, I can release a stinky liquid from under my tail.
Like a skunk. Skunk? Run!
What's wrong with skunks? Skunks are very cute and extremely popular, I'll have you know. Of course, if I need to protect myself, I can curl up into a ball.
Oh, I get it. He's an armadillo. Y'all talking about armadillos?
No, we're talking about pangolins.
Well, I bet you don't have a long sticky tongue or big claws like I do.
I do.
Are we back to tongues again? I'm still waiting to hear about penguins. This is a confusing animal, isn't it? A pangolin has lots of different features that other animals have uniquely to them, or maybe not so uniquely to them. Hey, did somebody say penguins?
No, we are not discussing penguins.
Poor pangolin. This is a lament, all right.
Listen up! I'm a pangolin. I'm not a frog, not a snake, not a skunk, not an anteater, not a bear, and not an armadillo. I am certainly not a penguin. I don't want to talk about penguins. There are no penguins here. 0 penguins. Not one penguin.
The animals are like, whoa. Surf's up!
Finally!
A penguin?
Penguins are my favorite. They're very popular.
Squee! The pangolin's like, are you serious? Aw, penguin stole her thunder. This is the best day ever. I'm freaking out. I'm totally freaking out. Who's stoked to hit the waves? The animals are excited to see the penguin, way more excited than they were to see the pangolin. Pangolin. I can't believe I'm going surfing with a penguin. They're all rushing after the penguin in a big stampede. Aw, and Pangolin's big presentation's all knocked down at the back. X. Cancelled due to penguin. Sigh. Ahem.
Oh. Hi. Didn't you want to go surfing with the penguin?
I'm not interested in surfing. You know what I am interested in? Let me guess. Penguins. Nope. Isn't this the girl from the start of the book who was looking at all of the posters that the pangolin had hung up? Pangolins. And do you see how happy the pangolin is? Like, someone came to learn about me.
So, what kind of animal are you?
I'm just a kid. Huh. Like a goat? That's a really funny joke. Oh my gosh, you guys. And do you know, like, a baby goat is called a kid? I see one peeking out right now. See up there? A little goat, a kid, is going, You say a kid? Isn't that so funny? That the pangolin would confuse the girl for a baby goat after being confused for all those different animals through the book. Oh, that's funny. What a good ending. So at the end of our story, there are a number of facts about pangolins. So when I taught this book, I found one really interesting documentary about a lady who rehabilitates pangolins because lots of people in the world catch pangolins and they use their body for all different sorts of things. They're very valuable, but they're also endangered. Pangolins are hard to study because they're constantly being caught and captured. What people need to do is work together to protect the pangolin and learn about them as much as possible. So here's some information about the pangolin. I'm going to use my announcer voice. Dun 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 dun. There are 8 species of pangolin. 4 species live in Asia and 4 species live in Africa. The African pangolin range and the Asian pangolin range. Pangolins are often called scaly anteaters, but in fact they are more closely related to bears than anteaters. Most species of pangolins live on the ground in burrows, but some live in trees. They are solitary creatures who usually sleep rolled up in a ball during the day and are active at night. Pangolins are endangered. They are hunted for their meat and scales and are also threatened by habitat loss. That means that the places they like to live are becoming developed by people. There's less and less space for them to live in their natural environment. Pangolins are the only mammals that are covered with scales. Scales cover most of their bodies, except for the sides of their faces and their underbellies, which have a little fur. Pangolin scales are made of keratin. Keratin is the same material that makes up our hair and fingernails. The edges of their scales can be very sharp. Are your nails pointy and sharp? If you feel with your finger, yeah, same sort of material as a pangolin scale. A baby pangolin is called a pango pup, and it rides on its mother's tail until it is about 3 months old. Oh my goodness, that is adorable. Pangolins don't have teeth. They swallow small stones that help to grind up food in their stomachs. Pangolins use the sharp claws on their front feet to dig into ant and termite nests and slurp up the insects with their long, sticky tongues. A pangolin can eat nearly 200,000 ants a day. Wow! Think how much bigger you are than a pangolin. If you tried to eat 200,000 fishy crackers in a day, that's a lot. To defend themselves, pangolins roll up into a ball. They can also release a stinky liquid from a gland under their tail. The word pangolin comes from the Malay word penguling, which means one who rolls up. There's the girl holding the final poster, and pangolin is pointing. Pangolins have poor eyesight, but have sharp senses of smell and hearing. Did you learn something new with me today? Well, I hope so, because I really enjoyed reading this book with you. So this kind of story is called narrative nonfiction. That means it's a story format, but it's true information. In fact, if you like this one, you might actually like Butterflies Are Pretty. Gross. Thanks so much for reading today, everyone. Have an awesome day.